McNair and Teddy Bayi-Bamandeng will tip it up. Aggies in the home whites, the dark road jerseys for Chicago State. Allen, McKinney, Rice, McNair, and McCants for the Aggies. It is Chukwu-Kelu, Betson, Russian, Bayi-Bamandeng, and Corbett for the visitors from Chicago in their final year in the WAC. Spot start for Mario McKinney. A surprise start for him today. Nate Pryor is available, will play, but he is not starting in this one. McCants fires a three, bullseye!
That's a good sign for Johnny right there to hit his first one. Back from sitting out a couple games, that one feels good to go down.
Yeah, this is interesting because the Aggies haven't played in 12 days, but McCants, Pryor, and Rice haven't played in 17 days. And for Donnie Tillman, who returns today, he hasn't played in almost a month. Hasn't played since December 3rd. Three misses, rebound. Here comes Teddy Allen. Top scorer, rebounder, passer, and sometimes defender. Leads the Aggies in steals this year as well. Rice will get a ball screen from Will McNair. Here's Allen, who averages 18 a game. McCants again. A little too strong on this one. Rebounded by Brandon Betson. Joe mentioned Betson earlier during our keys to the game. He is a tough scorer, averaging almost 14 a game. Junior from California. Here's a freshman, Jashawn Corbett, a left-hander who's having a good year. He averages 11. He is a smooth left-hander.
For a freshman, he's got a good body, good strong body, and there's something about left-handed players. They're just hard to guard.
And it looks better, too. Rice misses the three, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Teddy Allen. You don't see many freshmen, Joe, coming in with a 6'6" guard body like Corbett and producing right away.
You don't, and Chicago State, they probably got a steal with him. I think he's going to be real good in years to come. And this year, like you said, he's having a great year.
Corbett came a long way to get to Chicago. He's from Kissimmee, Florida. Here he is, rises up along two as an air ball. And the ball is back to the Aggies. And M State coming off a pair of wins versus non-Division I's. And as we've said already, the Aggies rested a number of players in those two games. Rested Pryor, Rice, McCants, and then Donnie Tillman is back from injury. And that is a huge sign. The Aggies are almost 100%. The only player they're now missing is Uat Ayla. And Mario McKinney, who gets a start today, answers early.
I think he had some good practices over this long break. The Aggies got a lot of gym time to get in the gym, shoot threes, and you can see it already. They're 2 for 3 to start.
Betson triggers, and he connects. Brandon Betson, his 32nd made three this year. Well, you know this program, and you know Chris Gians as well as anybody because you played for him, Joe. If you play well in practice, you'll earn a start like Mario McKinney is here tonight.
Yeah, Coach Jans is going to make you earn everything. Even the guys that already start and start a majority of the season, they got to prove it every day in practice. The opportunities are there.
Offensive rebound and a stick back for Rice off the miss by McCants.
Like we say every game, Adam, the Aggies got a rebound. They're big down low with Johnny back. Johnny, Will, and Teddy. That's a big bottom side down there.
Chukwu-Kelu misses the three as it spins off, and McCants will scoop it up. Seems like Chicago State's daring McCants to shoot here in the early 4 minutes from three. He's already attempted three-pointers. He saves it, but saves it right to Corian Russian, and he was out of bounds on the sideline. I think he dipped his hands in a cup of water when he was over there as well. Actually, it might have been wine.
And that's a good set shot. I like McKinney stepping into that. He's got a lot of confidence right now, and that's what those last games were about, is for guys to get confidence and to come into these conference games and shoot the ball well.
Everybody's good at the scorer's table as Johnny McCants went colliding towards Donor Rowe. Ball scooped up by Will McNair. Here's Chi Avery, the WAC freshman of the week. Spin move and good patience again by McNair. second tap won't go for Avery. He's still fighting for it. He wanted a foul call. Open three, short for Bamande. Ahead for McCants, corner McKinney, a little bit too out of control. A little sloppy early, Aggies ahead by 3, and they return to game action. Their first game in 12 days. It's the WAC opener from the Pan Am.
That's a good pass. And that's what happens when the Aggies press. I like them coming out in the press. It speeds the game up a little bit, kind of gets them to wake up. Like you said, a sloppy start. Just got to get back in transition.
Corbett averaging 11 and 7 during his first collegiate season. Cougars really struggling recently offensively. They're only averaging 60 points per game for the year. They're only shooting 64% as a team on free throws this year. And Corbett nails both. On the flip side, the Aggies almost averaging 77 points per game.
Chicago State switching to a little zone right here. Aggies got to get it inside. Just got to make a good pass.
They tried to. It was deflected and stolen by the Cougars, and then off the leg of Johnny McCants. Still no sign yet of Donnie Tillman or Nate Pryor off the Aggie bench. Only player unavailable for the Aggies is Uat Alok. Everybody else is good to go. And the Cougars depleted again. Only had 9 guys in uniform, only played 8 on Thursday in a 17-point setback at Grand Canyon. That'll help. That's Corian Rushman, who scored 16 on Thursday.
And only having 9 guys like that, it forces other guys to step up. They play a little more minutes. They get more opportunities, and sometimes that's tough for the Aggies. You don't see these guys on the scouting report because they haven't really played that often. But that's just a great patience and good move right there. Nice little jump hook. Chicago State looks like they're going to stay in this zone. The Aggies have to be patient, get the ball to the middle, get the ball down low, get good cuts, and they're going to have a lot of opportunities to offensive rebound in a zone.
Now before the entry, tough matchup there for Russian defending McCants. You've mentioned this in previous telecasts, Joe. The Aggies are going to see a ton of zone until they prove they can make jump shots from the arc.
Yeah, and they just haven't proved it yet. They haven't had that one game where they shoot the ball exceptionally well. So teams are going to continue to play zone, and they're gonna make it tough. They're going to switch between man and zone, and we'll see what they do here. It looks like they go back man, but that won't be the last time you see the zone tonight.
Aggies only shooting 24% from the arc in their previous 5 games. But they've won all 5 of those games, so they're still fighting a way to win. That was McCants operating there in the high post, and the foul is called on the Cougars.
Johnny, good job sealing right here, trying to get position. That's where you got to get the ball, to the high post, to the elbow, and then you can make the cuts off of that. But like you said, they have a mismatch every single game. They got to get the ball down low.
Now it's called on Rivera. He will take a seat. Some early minutes for Chi-Chi Avery, coming off a great week. WAC Freshman of the Week. Avery with it. He's double teamed. Throws out of it to McKinney. And he misses the 3, but he will shoot 3. St. Louis, Missouri native. I think the Chicago State bench is looking for a flop warning from McKinney. Gerald Gillian, the first-year head coach, had the best look out of anybody, and he'll have some words for John Stigliano, the official.
And I would consider myself a shooter. I know the kick. I can kick my leg out just like that.
You used to always kick your leg out when you shot.
Man, if you sell it, sometimes you get that call. I'm a great actor, by the way.
Here's the thing, Joe. I think you might have been called for that a few times when you were playing, if you played now, and then Sean Buchanan would have an extremely tough time defending right now with all the flop warnings that are called now. I'm not saying he did it every time, but every once in a while he would sell one pretty good, didn't he?
He did. Like I said, me and Sean, we're collecting awards for acting out there. But yeah, with the new rule changes, you can't do that as often. Either that or you just got to be a better actor.
Yeah, one way or the other. Favor Chukwu Kelu comes in for Chicago State.
Yeah, and he clipped him on the ankle.
Yeah,
he clipped him on the ankle.
McKinney follows his miss. He saves it, but saves it right to Bayi Bamande. Betson would have had numbers if he could have pushed. And a foul is called on Betson after Avery deflected it. How about Chi using his length to get in the passing lane right here?
Yeah, that's just good active hands. Gets held right there, and that's what's going to wake the Aggies up. I still think they need to get the ball down low. They've taken 6 threes already in the beginning of this game, and we talk about it, they're just not that great at shooting threes. So let's do what we're good at, get the ball down low.
First action today for Mike Peake. Teddy Allen returns. Allen still has not attempted a shot. Low post entry to McCants. Size advantage here, and that's offensive on Johnny McCants, who stumbled right over Bayi Bamande, who's only 200 pounds. Johnny weighing in at 230.
I think this is the right play to get the ball down low. Yeah, Johnny's just a big guy. I would see that's a Sean Buchanan-esque right there.
Yep. 3 turnovers so far for Johnny McCants here in the first 6 minutes. The Aggies with that 3-quarter court pressure again. They have the bodies to really throw some aggressive defenses at opponents now. They're very deep again. Johnny McCants meeting the Cougars at the rim. That is Ali Abdu-Dibba, who just came in. And McCants with the swat, his 18th this year.
And that's an athletic play. Look, go up with 2 hands, swat it down. And he has some nice words for him, wishing him a happy new year.
McCants a vet. Dibba, a youngster, he's only a freshman. Slow start for the Aggies, only ahead by 1 against the Cougars, who have lost 3 in a row. And an illegal screen is called on Chicago State. It goes on Teddy Bayi Bamande. They cannot afford foul issues today. They just aren't very deep on this current trip after losing to Grand Canyon Thursday, concluding the trip today, and also capping off a 5-game road stretch, the second 5-game road trip this year for CSU. Aggies working through. Chi Avery, hard crash by Peake, rebounded by Corbett, pushes ahead for Dibba. Aggies struggling from the field, 3 for 10 so far. Good catch by Russian. Open 3, Corbett spins off, snatched by Allen. Teddy a little more aggressive here. It's been a start where Teddy Allen hasn't had many touches so far, Joe.
And credit Chicago State for that. They know the scouting report. I'd like to see Teddy and Jabari get a little more involved. I think Jabari's actually coming out right now, but Teddy's got to be aggressive. And yeah, like I said, Chicago State playing good defense so far.
Well, we've talked so often about earning minutes in those 2 non-Division I games. If you play well, you might get some more minutes. And how about this? Rashawn Cotton, number 12 in white, on the right side of the floor right now. He's in the game for the Aggies. Peak and air ball. McCants in the corner for Cotton, who did not play much during the non-conference season, but played pretty well in the last 2 games. Here he is. Floater, spins off, cleared by Bayi Bamande. Still no Pryor, still no Tillman off the Aggie bench. Traveling on Corbett. This looks like the old Aggies, Joe. I like this, where you better put together some good practices to earn minutes, because there's a lot of players available for Chris Jans right now.
Yeah, a lot of guys available and a lot of guys that want to play. I can't imagine a player that wouldn't want to play, so why wouldn't you go hard in practice and earn those extra minutes?
Here's Mike Peake, the Austin Peay transfer. That was deflected and taken by the Cougars. Offensive woes continue for the Aggies. WAC regular season champs in 3 of the previous 4 years, 5 of the previous 7. Playing their league opener here on New Year's Day. This one squirts into the backcourt. And it was touched by the Aggies apparently, but only 3 to shoot for Betson. Bets into the rim, blocked away by McCants, and it's a shot clock violation on Chicago State. The Aggies have missed 7 straight from the field, scoring drought of almost 3 minutes, but they lead by 1 in their WAC opener here at home. The Aggies only ahead by 1. They're looking for their 7th straight win, looking for their 17th win in a row against Chicago State. And early on, at least, it seems like when the Aggies struggle offensively, you would like Jabari Rice and Teddy Allen in particular to maybe pick up some of that slack, Joe.
I think they need to get a little more aggressive, get the ball in their hands, and they don't have to take every shot, but they need to create opportunities for other guys and themselves.
Rice on the bench. Here's Allen, who still hasn't attempted a field goal. 7 to shoot for Will McNair. Here comes the double team. Henry has to launch. Bullseye. That's a good sign.
That is a good sign. That's a great sign for Clayton. It's been a tough road for Clayton, but to see one go down early in the game, I like that.
Henry only 2 for 13 for the field in his first 4 games this year, and that's offensive. Did Henry draw that one?
I think so. I think he slid in and took one. Don't know if I agree with that one, the way it looked, but.
Yep. Well, that's a Clayton Henry sequence, right? Hit an open 3 and then draw a charge on the other end. That's what he does.
That's what he does. 3-and-D guy, 3 on offensive end, and he's going to slide in and take the charge on D.
Good to see Donnie Tillman back, number 2 in white, at the high post left right now. Here's the first catch for Tillman. His first game in almost a month. December 3rd against UTEP was his most recent game. Henry keeps the possession alive, but he traveled with it. Christian says no way to the official Brad Fallon.
And that's a good move by Will. A nice jump hook, baseline jump hook, just rolled around the rim a little bit. But another good sign, Clayton crashing the offensive boards.
Christian's undefeated in his tenure in WAC home games, trying to keep it that way. Cougars now in a scoreless drought of well over 4 minutes, and they commit their 7th turnover.
But these are Coach Jan's team. When they struggle on offense, they can always hang their hat on the defensive end. 7 turnovers already. That's what's keeping them in the game.
Allen, foul line for McNair, struggles with the catch. Henry thought about a pull-up jumper. Teddy Allen still searching for his offense, and he traveled on the hop step. He's frustrated right now.
Yeah, he's going through it a little bit. His body language is okay, but it's early in the game. He's got a lot of time to come back. He doesn't have to press so hard. I think he can definitely do it. He's capable of doing it. He's just got to get an easy bucket, I think, is what's going to get him going.
With the way Teddy played during the non-conference, certainly one of those early front runners for WAC Player of the Year, which you thought coming into the year he would certainly be in the running for. Foul committed here by Donnie Tillman, fouling J.J. Harris, the freshman from Tallahassee. A lot of youngsters for first-year head coach Gerald Gillian. Harris now 3 for 5 this year on free throws. Gillian, a former assistant coach at Samford and Tennessee Tech. Also spent some years on the AAU circuit. Has done a good job so far in Chicago, 4-10. And while that doesn't seem like much, that's 4 non-conference wins for the Cougars. And the 4 wins matches the most they've had in a season since 2017, 2018. So they're trending up right now. You can see, we were talking about this earlier, if they're at full strength, Joe, they're going to knock off some people this year in the conference.
And one thing that Chicago State always has done is they play hard. I mean, I've played against them multiple times, but they come out and they play hard no matter what their record is, no matter where they are, home or away. They come out and play real hard.
Donnie Tillman lost it, but it was touched last by Chicago State. Interested to see how Donnie looks today after not playing in a game since December 3rd. In that game, he only played 4 minutes. Missed the previous 5 games. Star transfer from Utah and UNLV. Lob goes in the corner for Allen with 10 on the timer. Betts in defense. Teddy triggers a three. Bricked it in the face of Betts, and he had to launch. The shot clock was winding down. And the Aggies will have the ball on the sideline with only 3 to shoot, so no reset, of course, because no change in possession.
Chicago State's doing a real good job of overloading the side on the ball. There's just no driving lanes. They're really overloading that strong side.
And Cotton can't get one off. Chris Jans puts his head down and shakes his head. The Aggies knew they had 3 to shoot and just could not get a shot off. But as Chris Jans always says, we have that defense in our back pockets that can bail you out when the offense struggles. No reason for the defense to ever struggle, and typically it doesn't for this Aggie program. Batson spinning, pitches it outside for J.J. Harris, and Chicago State goes in front by 1. And Tillman throws it away. Part of this too, Joe, is a lot of these guys haven't played together. Donnie Tillman and Clayton Henry haven't been healthy at the same time this year.
It's been a while. It's been a while. Great find by Betson and a good shot by Chicago State in rhythm. Chicago State's just playing with a little more energy, a little more sense of urgency than the Aggies are.
Cougars lost by 17 at Grand Canyon on Thursday, but hung in there. It was their 3rd consecutive loss, so they're 0-1 this year in the WAC. Corbett, spot-up jumper. And the Cougars go ahead by 3. Jashawn Corbett now has a half dozen to pace the Cougars. Teddy Allen for 3. That is way off. He has been strong on 2 3-point tries where he's bricked a pair.
And he's just struggling a little bit. He's going to find it. I have confidence in Teddy. We've seen it all season where he doesn't really start off the game great, but come in the second half or late in the first half, he starts to hit a couple shots, and it changes the game for the Aggies.
Jabari Rice checks back in. Hasn't played much so far. He's only scored 2 points. Chris Jans still trying to figure out all these combinations that he has at his disposal, with only 1 player, Uat Alok, unavailable. Ali Abdu-Dibba travels, playing in just his 2nd collegiate game after recently becoming eligible. Came over from Sweden and just recently became eligible. Played in his first collegiate game Thursday and scored 21 in Phoenix at Grand Canyon.
He can go a little bit. Hasn't played a lot, but again, Aggies defense getting stops. Now they just got to get some buckets on the offensive end.
Zone defense again for the Cougars. Can the Aggies figure this one out? Mid-post, McKinney. It's an active zone for the Cougars. They're trying to trap when they can. Under 10 to shoot. McCants is open again. 3 no good. Good snatch by Johnny. Loose again off the foot of the Cougars, and they're going to say it's Cougar ball. That was off the foot of Dibba, it appeared. But Chicago State will catch a break. Cougar defense forcing the Aggies into some tough situations early. Chicago State by 3. I don't think so. Thank you, Megan. Yeah, he's a clutch player. He's been that way really his entire Aggie career. Had a game winner against Utah Valley a couple of years ago. Very similar situation to the UTEP game winner this year. And you go back to when he hit the UTEP game winner, the next game was against UNM, and he had a chance to hit a game winner again, but chose the extra pass, found his teammate Nate Pryor, and he's all about the good stuff. He's about winning. That's what he cares about most.
Exactly. He's just a dog. That's what I would use to describe Jabari. He's just a dog. He works really hard, makes the right play, and when it's his time at the end of the shot clock or the end of the clock, he's going to make a play.
The Aggies would love him to get going here today. He's only scored 2 points. Teddy Allen still scoreless. The Aggies going with McKinney, Rice, Allen, McCants, and Tillman. And they are trying everything right now against the Chicago State zone defense. Tillman, a corner triple. Elected by Russian, who averages a team best 7 rebounds a game. Aggie field goal percentage 20%, 4 for 20. 3 pinballs off for Corbett. McCants was tussling down low with Bai Bamandang, and Teddy Bai Bamandang, the junior out of Paris, gets called for the personal. And he's in some foul trouble right now. That's his second personal.
It's a great box out by Johnny. You'll see him here, put a body on him, and just hold that box out, and that's how you get that foul. And let's see if Johnny can knock down a couple free throws just to see the ball go in the basket and see if the Aggies can get a rhythm going.
Aggies in the bonus, so McCants will shoot 1 and 1. A 4-minute, 32-second scoreless drought. 7-0 Cougar run. Matt will snap it.
And we talk so much about the Aggies defense. I mean, Chicago State's playing great. They've caused 8 turnovers as well. That zone is real long, not a lot of openings. They've been playing real good tonight.
They also zoned Grand Canyon some on Thursday in Phoenix. Here's Dibba in the front court for the Cougars. Now Betson. Aggies counter with a zone of their own. Betson shoots it over the zone, and Tillman grabs it. Allen will push, lobs it for McCants. Tough catch, he still catches it though. Tillman rumbles down the lane, finger roll no good. Foul called on Chicago State. Love the aggressiveness from Downey, going hard to the 10.
And that's a good play by the Aggies in transition. The lob wasn't there. Johnny does a great job catching it, coming down with it, passes to a cutting Donnie, and again, a chance for the Aggies to see the ball go in the basket. Free throws make the game a little bit easier once you see them go down.
Aggies have shot it well as a team for the line, 73%. Tillman now 13 for 20. Limited action this year for Downey Tillman, the former Pac-12 6th man of the year at Utah. He's back after missing the previous 5 games. Capitalizes on his throws. And the Aggies will stay down in this end and try to pressure Chicago State here in the full court, it looks like. Nope, they're going to sag back in the half court here, Joe, and change up their defense again.
And they're in this little 1-3-1 right here with Johnny at the top. Just got to have active hands, Will in the middle. See if they can get some deflections, long looping passes like that. What's going to be open for Chicago State, though, is these corner threes. When the zone rotates, you'll be able to skip it to the corner, and they'll have a 3 from there.
Fumbling the catch, Chuku Kelu. Out of bounds to the Aggies, another Cougar turnover, that's their 10th. Chicago State has looked confused the last couple of possessions, and a timeout is called by the Cougars and head coach Gerald Gillian. Chris Jan's really switching up defenses, and when you have Johnny McCants, who is 6'7", 6'8", and really long at the head of that zone, it's hard to pass it around Johnny.
Yeah, and that's his job up there at the top, is just to make it difficult for those guards. Like I said, in the 1-3-1, the backsides are open, but if you have that ball pressure like Johnny does, they shouldn't be able to make that pass, or if they do, it's going to be a long looping pass.
Happy New Year. Glad you could join us today. Adam Young alongside the former Aggie guard, Joe Garza. Megan McCormick is on the sidelines. Vinny Conway, our director. Rita Rodriguez, our producer. And Alex Ramirez, our engineer. Our entire crew here today. Aggies seeking their 7th straight win. And trying to make it 17 wins in a row against Chicago State. Teddy Allen misses again from 3. Good hard crash by Mario McKinney. And that forces the Cougars into a foul. It's going to be on Chuku Kelu.
We've seen
Mario
that
can really get up.
We've seen that a number of times of him crashing hard like that. And he's got a little smirk on his face. He knows. Watch him come in hard off. Yep. That's what you can do against the zone. It's very hard to rebound in the zone because you're guarding an area. You're not guarding a man. You have to find a man and box him out. That's why it's so easy for the other team to really crash hard and get a lot of bodies down in there.
Mario making just his 5th start of the season today. Former 3-time state champ in St. Louis at Vashon High School, powerhouse in St. Louis, Missouri. Former top recruit in Missouri, initially went to Mizzou, transferred to John A. Logan JUCO in Southern Illinois, and found his way here through connections and has had some great moments in his first year with the Aggies.
Aggies stay in the 1-3-1.
J.J. Harris maneuvers around the zone. A step-in 3, well done. That's Brandon Betson, the top scorer this year for the Cougars. McKinney, he can't answer. Rice was trying to tap it, and it's last touch by Jabari.
Great baseline penetration, kick it out to the 45. I mean, that's textbook offense. It's patient offense is what it is. They're getting what they want, and they're getting the Aggies to really, really struggle on defense right in these last 2 possessions.
5 in a row for Betson, and Christians is irate on the Aggie sidelines. You don't see that very often where an isolation 1-on-1 situation and you get a blow-by like that for the opponent.
And there he is, Brandon Betson. I mean, got to contain him, right? It was one of the keys of the game that I had. I watched the film on Chicago State. He's done that all year. He's a tough guard.
Betson, a JUCO transfer. He's from Hercules, California. He's trying to get back on track. He was in double figures in his first 11 this year, but he's been in single digits in his previous 3. He's averaging almost 14 a game, and he has 5 straight points for the Cougars. The Aggies are coming off a couple of non-Division I wins, Permian Basin and Northern New Mexico, won by a bunch in both. A Power 6 road win in Pullman at Wazoo. Cougars played a tough schedule, as they usually do, at Drake, at Iowa State, at Grand Canyon Thursday in their league opener. They've lost 3 in a row. Nate Pryor gets a touch right here. He's in for the first time today. Christian's pretty much playing everybody. He has a lot of bodies at his disposal now. Quiet start for Rice. He slings it out to Pryor. Floater, that's his game, and it pinballs in for the Washington transfer, Nate Pryor.
And he's going to have that against the zone. Again, a baseline penetration, kick it out to the 45. Guys got to close out. He just made a nice move and finished the floater. Got a nice soft touch by Nate.
Loves to score in the paint. Corbett misses. Handled by Allen. Still without a point. Teddy outside for Pryor. Doesn't shoot many threes. Teddy Allen does, though. Bingo!
And that's a huge play by Nate Pryor right there. Very unselfish pump fake. He knows he's got to get Teddy going, gets him a ball in a good spot. He shoots a good 3.
Well, you have a guy who's only attempted 1 3-pointer all year, Nate Pryor, feeding it to a guy who's attempted 86 coming in, so that was certainly the better shot. And the Aggies will try to finish the half on a big run. They lead by 3. Their biggest lead today is only 4. Chicago State hanging in there and then some. Aggies looking for their 7th straight win. This will help. Allen puts the Aggies ahead by 3. That's a good sign, Joe. Teddy Allen connecting from 3. He's 1 for 4 from distance. Now, the Aggies don't need him to score 20 a night. They certainly have enough depth scoring, but on a day like today where they're only shooting 25%, you would probably expect Teddy Allen to bail them out and help out the offense here.
Yeah, and he did that. But that's what I said earlier. He needs an easy shot. Chicago State's making him take tough shots. Great penetration by Nate Pryor. Kicks it out for an easy 3-pointer, and that could get Teddy Allen going.
Allen with a touch right here, right back to Pryor, who runs the point in this combination. Slithering inside is Rice, and he's bumped. He'll shoot a pair. The aggressiveness, I think, is starting to come back a little bit more. The Aggies likely a little too tentative in the first 12 minutes or so.
Yeah, they've started slow really all season. They haven't really come out and established themselves, but it's early in WAC play. It's a brand new season for everybody. They got to come out tougher these next few games. It's already over this game, but they have a second chance in the beginning of the second half, and they got to come out better for that.
Rice, an 82% free throw shooter, 15 for 16 in his previous 2 games. Remember, he did not play in the last 2 games before the holiday break. So this is the first game for Jabari in 17 days since he scored a game-high 22 in Pullman in the upset at Washington State. And he kicks away this J.J. Harris pass.
70 days is a long time in college basketball. It may not be that long for, me and my desk when I wish the days would go by faster, but 17 days without playing a game, you kind of forget about what's going on out there.
Well, nowadays when you play, Joe, you need 17 days to get ready for the next time, right?
Exactly. I'm getting old.
Your body needs to recover.
I'm old.
Corbett splashes in the 3. Team high 9 for the freshman from Kissimmee, Florida. He's been awfully good for head coach Gerald Gillian in his first year. High post, McCants, a willing passer for a big man. And Pryor shuffled his feet. Aggie turnover number 9.
And Chicago State's getting some penetration, kicking out for good threes. They're shooting the ball decent. And like I said, there's something about left-handed players. It just, like you said, looks good.
Yep.
It looks good.
Especially when it comes from a 6'6" left-handed guard like Corbett. Here's Betson. Had a good stretch earlier. He scored 8. Corbett has it go off his foot. And the Cougars have committed 11 turnovers. So these two teams have combined for 20 here on New Year's Day. We have seen so many different combinations for the Aggies here in the first 18 minutes. This is Rice, Pryor, Allen, McCants, and Avery. Rice gets the defender in the air, gliding in and floats it in. Jabari's up to 6 now.
A good aggressive move right there by Jabari. Let's see if that gets him going. I know he can get himself going on the defensive end as well.
Jabari was the first person in the building today at 2 p.m. working on his right-handed and his left-handed floaters. And it pays off on the previous possession. Rush and a kick out. Shot clock winding down for the freshman Dibba. Stolen by Rice. He will try to burst out of the pack. Trailer is Teddy, and he stuffs it home. McCants trying to draw a charge. Putback is blocked by Johnny, but they're going to call a foul. Not goaltending, though. Or was it goaltending?
I think that was goaltending, but look at the numbers here by the Aggies. Get the steal, and look at everyone sprinting. Teddy wants it. Avery wants it. Teddy gets it, and that's going to get him going for sure. Easy buckets.
Yeah, I thought Brad Fowler was heading to the scorer's table for a foul, but it is goaltending our Johnny McCants. It looked cool anyway, right? The ball is probably going in the hoop anyway. Clayton Henry's back in.
Chicago State going back to a man-to-man, but look how much they're packing in the paint. The guy's got 2 feet in the paint on the weak side. There's just nowhere to drive for the Aggies. Got to get a little more movement, cuts, and things downhill.
Rice, a step-in 3, cleared by Corbett. That was not a good offensive possession for the Aggies. A little sloppy again.
And that's another credit to Chicago State, switching up defenses. That's the point. That's why you switch up defenses and play different things to make it difficult for the other team, and it worked for them on that possession.
That's in, defended by Henry. Good defense for Clayton. Handled by Rice, and the Aggies, with about a 2-second difference, game clock, shot clock, can potentially have the final shot in the half here.
Like to see him get a good one here. Wait for the right opportunity, maybe about 10 seconds, and then go get something downhill to the rim, maybe get a foul.
The Aggies have made 4 of their previous 5 from the field. Rice maneuvers in the key. Can't finish. Picked up by Harris. Shot is late. Will not count anyway. And the Aggies got a pretty good look, just could not finish. And that is the way this first half went. 29% shooting from the field for the Aggies in the first half play. The Aggies were led by McKinney with 7, 6 for Rice, 5 for Allen, 5 for McCants. A ton of players played in that first half of action. It's going to be hard for Chris Jans to figure out combinations going forward as the Aggies continue league play. The scout today is assistant coach David Anwar, and coach is standing by with Megan McCormick.
A little bit of a slow start for the Aggies. What do you attribute to that?
Just a long layoff and just trying to play a little, you play a lot of guys. You just got to get going.
A lot of forced turnovers. How happy are you with the defensive play in this first half?
Defense is good. Our zone we've been working on for a while, but we've got to take care of the basketball.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you, Megan. Thank you to Coach Anwar, who has the scout today. All sideline reports brought to you by Memorial Medical Center. Aggies ahead by 4. Marty Amocha joins Megan when we come back at halftime. Leading scorers for this one, McKinney with 7. Spot start for Mario, only making his 5th start this year, starting over Pryor. And then Corbett, the freshman from Florida, has 9 to pace the Cougars from Chicago State. They're looking for their first league win this year after losing at Grand Canyon on Thursday. This is starting to feel like the old Aggies, though, when Chris Jans was rotating guys in and out. Early on this year, when the Aggies weren't healthy, Chris Jans was having to play Rice, Allen, McCants 35-plus minutes every single game. That probably will not be the case going forward because he has the fresh bodies again.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of guys in and trying to find that perfect combination. And with so many guys, that perfect combination may be different than the next game and the next game. So that's a luxury, I think, that the Aggies have.
It will certainly make practices better. If you don't practice well, you're not going to play in the games. And the Aggies have options if somebody doesn't practice well. The Aggies couldn't do that last year because of COVID and so many injuries. Will McNair drops it in, his first deuce of the game. He's averaging 8 a game this year. And that's already a timeout is called by Chicago State, and Gerald Gillian, the first-year head coach, not happy with the defense on that first possession. He tosses a piece of paper towards his bench, and that TL will send us to break. 19:21 left, half 2, Aggie lead, half dozen. That was a quick timeout from Gerald Gillian. Not even a minute into the half, and he was trying to make a point right there, I think, Joe.
Trying to make a point to his team that you can't start off like that. Can't give up an easy bucket. They've been playing great defense all night, and I'm not sure what's.
Free throw for Teddy Allen. There was clearly a timeout because it turned into the media, but there might have also been a technical along the way from Gerald Gillian. How he did toss a piece of paper towards his bench. And I'm going to assume that maybe he was teed up. Never heard anything from the officials. Good crew today, by the way. John Stigliano, Art Brown, Brad Fowler. So a really tough start to the half of the Cougars. The Aggies get a technical free throw out of it. And maybe the paper toss from Gerald Gillian forced the technical, and a timeout was called in the process, I would assume, that led to the media. Three-pointer is short from Russian, cleared by the Aggies and Rice. We're told that it was a flop, but I don't remember a flop warning earlier for the Cougars. You need a warning first and then the technical, and there must have been a warning earlier when we didn't know.
That was the second delay of game, I believe.
That could be, yeah.
That could have constituted
you're right.
technical there.
Yeah, there was a delay of game on top of it, so that would have been the second one for the Cougars. Rice curls. One on the timer, good patience. McCant's second effort. The Aggies had one of the shot clock. Johnny hit the cylinder and then put it back in.
Good move by Jabari, not settling for anything. And then good finish by Johnny, getting it up on the rim.
That's a tough shot for Betson. McKinney will tap it to himself. He'll zoom ahead. The Aggies trying to push. Not settle in their half-court offense against the zone. Teddy Allen's up to 6 now on a tough day shooting. They're letting McCant shoot threes. He made one to start the game, and now he's 1 for 5 from distance. Corbett, he's not shy. Too strong on his three. Here comes Rice.
Quick
Trailer
pace.
Allen.
Quick pace.
Step in three, that's perfect. You like that pace, don't you?
I like it. I think that plays to the Aggies' advantage. They got big guys out in transition and willing passers in transition to get the right shot. Drop it off to Teddy Allen, another rhythm shot for him.
Both threes that Allen's made have been rhythm threes. He's 2 for 5 now on trays, and that's a blocking foul on Teddy.
And that's a good pass by Jabari. Just find their shooters, real patient, right in the pocket, and Teddy knocks it down.
If you're wondering, can you have 2 stars on one team? That goes to show right there you can. Rice and Allen, very unselfish, great teammates, and Rice made the extra pass for Teddy. 3 for Dibba. Second chance opportunity here for the Cougars from Chicago State, 4-10 this year. Final season for them in the WAC. And they're finishing up a 5-game road stretch today. Russian with the charge as he ran over Johnny McCants. I wish we had a tally on career charges for Johnny because he's drawn a ton in his 5 years on the floor.
And that's just Johnny. He's just in the right spot at the right time. He has the ability to block shots above the rim, but him being able to be in the right spot and take the charges is another ability in itself.
Johnny McCants making his 52nd career start today. 54th career start for Jabari Rice. Rice catches, wide open triple. Bullseye!
Good find by Johnny. And that's what happens. You get the ball in the middle of a zone, and then you look opposite side, and there's the three, and that's just a good, strong drive there by Betson.
Christians, I believe, just called a timeout. This will turn into the media. He's done that twice, right after a blow-by, an immediate timeout from the Aggie head coach, who stresses defense as much as any head coach around the country. Aggies ahead by 13. 41-28. The Aggies have outscored the Cougars 11-2 here in half number 2. Adam Young, Joe Garza with you. Thanks for joining us here today. Do you feel like the rust is starting to wear off a little bit?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. The Aggies are getting into a good rhythm. I'm sure Coach Jans had some choice words for them at halftime. They really got them fired up, and they're playing the second half a lot better than the first half.
And he might have had some choice words in the huddle during that recent timeout. Brandon Betson had too easy of a lay-in, and Chris Jans promptly called a timeout. Also made some personnel changes as well. Nate Pryor comes in. We'll see if the Aggies can execute out of the timeout. They lead by 13. Rice stays patient. Here's Pryor. Now Allen on the exchange. Extra pass, McNair to McCants. And he's fouled going up. And Will McNair's improved. That was a really good find by the big man from Philly.
Yeah, and I mentioned earlier, they're helping so hard on the strong side that those backside passes are there. And Johnny's going to get a chance to make some more free throws, get some easy ones.
The depth the Aggies will have in the front court when Aylock is back. He's unavailable today. You'll have McNair, McCants, Peak, Tillman, Aylock. It's pretty deep. It's a lot of options for Chris Jans to choose from. Johnny McCants shooting free throws better, it appears. Looking really good here today. 3 for 3. He has 8 points, 4 boards, a couple helpers. Mike Peak will enter for McCants.
Aggies coming out in a press again, trying to keep that momentum going, the energy up.
Corbett, pretty good look. Back rim, no good. Rice has been a beast on the boards today, a half dozen collected by him. Rice will slow it down and reset. Angles off and gets a ball screen from McNair. Another floater. McNair with the tap that lands in, using his big left-handed palm.
And I like the aggressiveness by Jabari. Try and get to a spot. It doesn't go down, but that creates offensive boards for Will, and he gets one to go down on the tip in.
4.5 now for McNair after none in the first 20. That's in a behind-the-back pass. Around the horn it goes to Corbett, and that was too easy again. There's been some pretty easy lay-ins today for Chicago State. Pryor and Peak not on the same page right there. Unforced error leads to an Aggie turnover.
Good drive by Jabari. Just get it up there on the rim. Big Will coming in there with the left hand. I like the tip in.
Cougars trying to chip away. Probably need a lot of offense from Betson if they're going to do it. Bai Bamandeng squares up. Here's Dibba, who scored 21 on Thursday in Phoenix. Rivera fouled on his way to the hoop. We'll see if they give him continuation.
Chicago State being real patient on offense, swinging it, waiting for that good drive right there, and that's a couple times now that they've gotten a foul on a good drive.
Cougars will surprise some people, especially when they're fully healthy with the full roster. They're a little depleted this week, and it goes to show in the second half when they lack depth. McNair fires it ahead for Teddy Allen. Spin move, and he lays it in. Oh, what a finish for Teddy Buckets. Betson on the other end, snatched by Peak. Rice spins away from Rivera. McNair's calling for it. He's screaming out ball. Rice won't give it to him. Misses the 3, and Peak fouls Rivera in the backcourt. You could hear Will McNair. I don't think I've ever heard him scream that loud. He said ball to Jabari Rice. He wanted a post touch.
Yeah, he wanted a great outlet pass by Will right there. And Teddy with fancy footwork right there.
What is that on video games? The circle button?
Yeah, that's B button. That's the B button right there.
Right. Teddy put him in a spin cycle. He now has 11. 11 for Rice, 11 for Allen. On a pretty efficient day from the field for both. 4 for 7 for Allen, 4 for 9 for Rice. Slow start for Teddy, but he is finishing strong. Betson with a finger roll. 12 now for Brandon Betson. He might turn out to be one of the better scorers in the conference this year.
Yeah, he's good as Chicago State goes back to the zone. Good kick out pass.
Tillman wide left on the 3. Second effort for Peak. No good. Cougars will push. J.J. Harris with the charge, drawn by Nate Pryor. a good shot on the other end for Tillman as we see the charge again, drawn by Pryor. The Aggies have drawn a bunch. That shot on the other end, you'll take that. That's a step-in three for Tillman, who's pretty effective from distance.
Yeah, anytime you get 2 feet in the paint and you kick it out for a three, that's a shot you just have to take. It's too good of a shot to pass up. The shot clock's not that long. You got to take that shot. Donnie will knock that one down.
Aggies today 6 for 21 from three. They're 32% on the year. Only 24% from three in their previous 5 games, though. Avery misfires. Here comes Betson. Finds his way in the key again. That one was off balance and forced.
He's trying to get going. Jabari with a good Euro right there.
Tap by Peak in the corner for Rice. Fakes the three. Pryor fakes the pass in the lane. Banked it in. +1 for the former Washington Husky.
A strong finish right there. And you can see ball fake right there, gets the defense off. Kept his eyes open on that one. Banked it off the glass. That's just a strong move by Nate.
He's a big, strong guard, isn't he, Joe? I mean, you look at his listed height and weight, and he's listed 6'3", 175, but I think he plays a little bigger.
Yeah, he does. His upper body, he's got real good body control, strong upper body. And he can finish out there, as you saw. Nice little flip against UNM. Go in there and get an and one against Chicago State today.
Good hustle for Mike Peak. Looks like the ball will stay with the Aggies, so Peak earns the Aggies an additional possession here offensively. The Aggies get it in for Peak. Post touch to Tillman, inside outside. Henry right there again. He had so many threes spin off the previous 2 games. Ball will stay with the Aggies again. Last touch by the Cougars. Another good look, inside outside triple.
Yeah, getting good looks is just not falling for the Aggies. Maybe a little bit more time in the gym and those ones will get down.
Tillman trying to muscle it through. Avery tight ropes the baseline and travels.
A little. Yeah, I think he hopped on that foot right there.
Oh,
yeah, he hopped on it.
Good call by Brad Fowler. Rashawn Cotton, Tillman, Avery, Peak, and Henry for the Aggies. Long rebound goes to Harris. Corbett, 3, no good. Cougars struggling offensively here in this half. They've only scored 6 points in the first 8 minutes. Now goes on Chi-Chi Avery trying to chase down the rebound.
Chicago State's gotten some good looks as well. This whole game, just ball hasn't been really falling for anybody.
Another foul is called. This time on Henry. And that will take us to the under-12 media. 8 minutes in, half number 2. The Aggies have their largest lead today, a 17-point advantage.
He's been playing good defense. He really crashes the glass both on offense and defense, and that'll keep you in the game in Coach Jan's team.
Foul called on Donnie Tillman as freshman Jason Corbett was muscling his way up.
And Corbett's been having a good game, good strong move right there. Donnie Tillman's not a small guy to be pushing around.
Aggies have used 12 players today. 12 players have played quality minutes today. These are not mop-up minutes by any means. The only players in uniform that haven't played, Williams, Crawford, and then Moreno. Moreno's going to redshirt, so only 2 players that are technically available haven't played, and Crawford's a walk-on.
And with so many guys playing, it is difficult to get into a rhythm if you're a guy trying to find your rhythm because there's so many guys in and out, in and out. That's why I think we've seen Jabari struggle at times, Teddy struggle at times, just because there's so many different combinations going in and out of the game.
There's Chi-Chi Avery, good find. He is impacting the game in many different ways. It's Mike Peak with the deuce. First 2 today for Mike. Quiet day for Dibba. He hasn't scored. He scored 21 in the conference opener Thursday, and he was out of control there. That's a player control foul on Dibba. I think he's still trying to get his feet wet in the U.S. He came over from Sweden, did not get into Chicago until December 15th when he joined the team. So this is his first couple weeks collegiately and playing in only his second collegiate game.
That's got to be tough. I can't imagine trying to go from another country and play.
Avery looking for Peak. He'll bounce it to him. Mike Peak, a former Georgia Bulldog and Austin Peay Governor. Tillman's isolated. He'll kick it out for Vershawn Cotton. Avery patient. Donnie Tillman, left-handed finger roll. Great patience.
And again, Chichi Avery, he's making things happen. He's getting in the lane, being real patient, making the drop-off pass. He's having a good game now. Good showing.
Henry defends well. Bodies flying everywhere. Foul away from the ball on the scramble, and it's on Donnie Tillman.
Yeah, good defense by Clayton. That's why he's in there. And bodies flying all over the place. Not sure where there was a foul on Tillman, but looks like he pushed off a little bit.
That's his third. Chris Jans will keep him in. Right now, Donnie Tillman needs minutes. Free throw good for Dibba, his first point today.
And he has a little sigh of relief to see the ball go in the basket.
He couldn't do anything wrong on Thursday. I don't even think Dibba was on the scouting report for Grand Canyon Thursday going into the game because he hadn't played this year. I'm sure folks knew that he was then active, but didn't know much about him. He's over in Sweden playing in his first college game. And one of the things that makes college basketball so hard, Joe, and you know this, that the scouting reports are almost perfect every single time. They know everything about you. They know what you had for lunch.
Exactly. They know everything about you. They know what socks you're wearing that day, if you go left, if you go right. And that's what makes conference basketball so difficult, because the scouting reports are so good. And especially if you play a team twice, that second time is going to be that much harder.
Mike Peak will push. Those 2 points. The last possession for Avery, his first 2 today. Vershawn Cotton for 3. Bullseye! That'll help out his confidence. A lot of minutes off the bench for the LIU transfer.
You talk about the Aggies having a lot of bigs. They got a lot of guards too. They're just deep, just a deep team.
Going back to scouting reports, I don't know if he still does it, but a couple of years ago, and you would probably know this, Joe, a couple of years ago, I was told that Chris Jans, even when he became a head coach, he still does his own scout every single game.
Yeah.
Was that the case when you were playing?
That was the case. He does a scout every single time. Coach Jans knows more about those players than anybody else. He loves to break down film, and he loves to get that scouting report right.
I can't imagine many head coaches around the country do that. But that's just who he is, and that goes back to his JUCO background and his longtime assistant background as well. Cheat Sheet Avery oozing confidence after the Megan McCormick sideline report. He's flipped it offensively since then. He has 4 now. Near steal for McCants. Hey! And Mike Peak whistled for the personal.
A little stop and pop pull up on the fast break. Yeah, like you said, oozing with confidence right there.
I think 2 weeks ago, Joe, he wouldn't have shot that jumper. He probably would have tried to attack towards the rim, and he's starting to play with more confidence, and the game's slowing down for him probably as well, which is one of the tough adjustments going from high school to college, is how fast the game moves.
Yeah, it's just a different level, especially here at the D1 level. and he's adjusting good, but he's just moving around good. He's got great confidence, good body language. We'll see if he can get another basket right here or get a touch on the ball.
You had that happen too, Joe, whenever you started playing here. Is you saw how fast the game was right away. Whenever you had to defend guys like Harris and Baker. Chi-Chi Avery with the tomahawk.
Get him the ball. He's making great decisions right now. I would give Chi-Chi the ball every time down. He's got to touch it.
Avery the rebound. Looks like Mike Peake's going to run the point here.
Yeah, interesting lineup here for the Aggies.
Avery thought about it. Henry for McKeons. We'll see if he goes to work on Russian. Looking backdoor for Avery, and he was tripped up.
I think Avery wanted the lob right there, and Johnny threw him a nice pass, just couldn't handle it. But look at this, a little pump fake. We've seen him do that multiple times, go baseline and, oh my, that is just, it must be nice to play above the rim like that.
So effortlessly too. Mario McKinney comes in, Will McNair comes in. Mario started today, he had a team high 7 in the first half.
Yeah, his defense has been really solid. And right now, guarding Betson, he's going to have to be solid again.
Air ball for Corbett. And we will head to break. When we come back, Megan McCormick will tell us about the Aggies in the NBA. JJ, Siakam, Queen. Aggies are playing like some NBA guys right now. Avery with the hammer. Aggies up. Tell you what, Joe, I am a huge Laker fan right now. I can tell you a lot about the LA Lakers in the last week and a half because I have tried to watch every game that's available. And full disclosure, I was not watching the Lakers before Jamario Jones was on the roster. But just in case he comes in, I am dialed into the Lake show right now.
Man, me and you both, Adam. I got him recorded. I got him watch. I'm watching him. But you talk about different levels of basketball. The NBA is a special place, so we should be celebrating these guys. We should talk about them every game because it's such a special place and such a high level of basketball.
And they're all great stories in their own right. Of course, Pascal Siakam coming over, lightly recruited from Cameroon, hadn't played a whole lot of basketball until he came to the Aggies, and then Trev Queen bounced around place to place. Great story for him. And Jamario Jones, another guy who not many people wanted, and for some reason people questioned his character when he was at the JUCO level, and then he came here and he became an immediate fan favorite, a winner, and a guy who will eventually be in the Aggie Hall of Fame for sure down the road. Betson throws it away. Avery for McCants. Chi-Chi Euro. And he is fouled going up. Chi-Chi Avery will shoot 2 free throws.
And Clayton with a nice little step back right there. Those are the kind of moves that'll get you going. Nice little pretty step back. I'd like to see him get a few more shots up and get a good rhythm.
14th free throw try this year for Chi-Chi Avery, 10 for 14. This might be what it's going to look like offensively the rest of the year. Really jumbled up, balanced effort. 11 each for Rice and Allen, 9 for McCants. McKinney has 7. Avery has 6. Henry 5. 4 Tillman, 4 Pryor. Cotton with 3. 2 for Peake, 2 for McNair.
Yeah, that's how it's going to be. We're just going to see what the combination is for the night, which 5 Aggies are going to produce. But I think it'll be different a lot. And then towards the end of conference, into that conference tournament, I think you'll start to see the minutes come down a little bit for some other guys. But for now, I like the experimenting that Coach Jans is doing, and everybody's playing hard to earn minutes.
Dibba shoots it over McNair. Last touch by Johnny McKeons. Like we were talking about earlier, for a while there, McKeons was having to play 35 minutes. Teddy Allen was barely coming out of games. Jabari Rice was playing 36-37. Nate Pryor came back from injury, and Nate Pryor played 33-plus minutes in 2 of the last 3 games he played in. So finally the Aggies are healthy, a lot of bodies at their disposal, and Chris Jans can go deep into his bench.
Another miscue on the lob right there by McKinney. Look at Will. Look at Will playing defense.
Well, those size 16 stepped out of bounds in front of the Cougar bench. His shoes are too big.
But the Aggies getting out in transition, creating some turnovers. That's what I like to see off created turnovers, is you got to push in transition, get some easy buckets, throw the lobs. That can change the whole game.
And this team, how athletic they are, they have the ability to score a lot in transition and take advantage of that.
Yeah, just throw it up near the rim and somebody's going to go up there and catch it.
Once again, a really good crew today. Stigliano, Brown, and Fowler. They wanted to make sure the shot clock should be where it's at, which it's currently at 20. The Aggies trying to hang on for their 26th consecutive conference win here at the Pan Am. Only one WAC home loss at the Pan Am since February 2012. It came during Paul Weir's lone season as the head coach in 2016-17. And the Aggies lost to Mark Pope in Utah Valley that year. Another 3 in the face of McNair. He might have altered it.
That Utah Valley team was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
They were pretty good.
They were old, they were good. Side of the backboard, rebounded by McKinney. No look feed, Jabari Rice on the finish.
But those numbers that you put out at the Aggies at home, the Aggies WAC record, they're insane numbers. I don't think that we're giving the Aggies enough credit for what they're doing. I mean, I was a part of those teams. I was excited to win games. But when you really look at it, it's crazy, the games that they've been winning.
Easy finish, gliding to the cylinder for McKinney. His first 2.5, he has scored 9. And Gerald Gillian, the head coach, will use the timeout for Chicago State. I don't think fans quite realize how good the numbers are, Joe, to your point. 2012 was a long time ago, and the Aggies have only lost once at home in conference play since February 2012. That man, Chris Jans, is undefeated at home in conference play. So, I mean, those numbers, you just kind of go through a season and you say, okay, the Aggies won again at home in conference play, and you go through another season, they do it again, they do it again, they do it again, and then you look back at the last 9 years and they've only lost once.
Yeah, it becomes so regular, and that's one thing. I'll challenge the Aggie fans to come out, and you got to see these guys play because they're so good. I'll take that one loss. You can put that one loss on me. I was on that team. Yeah, you can put that one on me. But they just don't lose at home.
No.
You got to come see them. You got to come out and see them win at home because they win every time.
Final 5 in the game. The Aggies looking for their 7th straight win, trying to make it 9 in their previous 10, and also make it 17 consecutive wins against the Cougars. 3 is short, collected by Rice. The last 6 wins for the Aggies against Chicago State have come by at least 22. They lead by 25 right now. Allen behind the back pass. Rice leans in, and he's fouled. Late whistle there from Art Brown. Jabari gets it though with 4:29 left.
A sneaky little find there by Teddy Allen, throwing it behind his back. Got his head on a swivel. Nice behind the back. Pump fake by Jabari, get him up in the air. That's a veteran move right there.
Rice 2 for 2 on free throws today. Team high 14, a quiet 14 for Rice. Right at his season average. Second of the team in scoring behind Allen, who averages 18.
And he's got 9 rebounds to go with that as well. Jabari's always been great at getting on the boards, and they're going to need it down the stretch.
Double figures now in all but 2 games this year for the Houston native. 3 is wide left for Betson. Second chance opportunity for Betson and the Cougars. Betson again. This time he doesn't miss. Brandon Betson with 18. A game high for the junior from Hercules, California.
And that's what he does. He's not gonna look at the score. He's gonna play hard every possession. He's got something to prove out here to these guys as well.
Betson defended by Peak. Corbett misses. Allen clears his 5th rebound. Another turnover, and Corbett will jam it. The Aggies have dominated this half, but Chris Jans always says we need to finish strong, and despite outscoring the Cougars 40-22 in the half, they need to finish strong here.
Yeah, don't let your guard up. I mean, like you said, every possession is an audition for these guys to get more minutes. You just got to continue to play hard and finish the game out right.
Rice has McNair in the corner left. He was calling for it. Corner right 3 swirls off for McKinney. Out of bounds, last touch by Peak. Aggie field goal percentage up to 44%, 59% in the half. They have made 9 of their previous 10. From the field, Aggie lead is 22, in line for their 26th consecutive home conference win. Adam Young, Joe Garza, the former Aggie guard, Megan McCormick with you from the Pan Am Center. That game Thursday at Seattle was postponed. It will be made up on February 21st. And the next game for the Aggies is in danger as well, potentially. Lamar is the opponent next Thursday. Well, Lamar had their game at Stephen F. Austin today postponed because of COVID protocols for Lamar. So we are waiting to see if that game is still in play or if that game is going to be postponed as well. The Aggies are heading on the road at Lamar next Thursday scheduled, and then at UTRGV next Saturday. Avery fires a 3 and he cans it. Avery's first 3 of the game, and his 10th of the season.
Just playing good basketball. That's what I like to see. And as that one rolls out, Chicago State's still playing hard, though.
Avery scored 22 in his last game against a non-Division I UT Permian Basin, but this might have been his best overall game this year. He's done more than just score today. Donnie Tillman going to work. Tillman can't finish. Grabbed by the Cougars. Betson ahead down the lane. Crafty finished. 20 now for Brandon Betson.
Yeah, that's a good finish in transition right there. I like Tillman catching the ball down low, but I think he can make some kickouts here to the opposite side, or just make a strong move to the middle. There's Clayton. Look, he's going to throw to the corner maybe. And he makes a strong move.
And he will shoot 2 free throws. By the way, LeVar Williams in the game for the first time for the Aggies. He's the only scholarship player who was yet to play. Jorge Moreno in uniform, but he's going to redshirt. So Williams was the final player to get in on scholarship. You still have walk-on Cameron Crawford, who's on the bench. Henry was 6 today. Pretty good day for him, 2 for 3 from the field. Made a 3-pointer in the first half.
Yeah, he's still got some time to find his rhythm before conference starts. But someone who has their rhythm, man, Corbett is lighting it up. He's got 21 now, I think.
Yeah, it's
24.
been the Betson Corbett show, Joe. They have 44 of the 55 for the Cougars. 3 spins off for Rashawn Cotton. Final minute for the Pan Am. Aggies led by only 4 at the break. They've outscored the Cougars by 15 here in the half. They've led by as many as 27. That's it again. Corbett the offensive rebound. He gets 2 more, and 2 players go down hard. Chichi Avery able to get up on his own. And Teddy Bayi Bamandang is still down.
Yeah, body's kind of flying all over the place over there. Looks like he's going to be all right. Maybe tweaked an ankle or something.
It's been a tough trip for the Cougars. Short-handed, only 9 players available. Only 8 players played on Thursday and only 8 players playing again today. Avery to the rack, and he hammers home another. Chi-Chi's in double figures. Foul called, and the Cougars will get a couple of free throws. That confidence is still there for Chi-Chi Avery.
He kind of lulled him to sleep. Look at him with the fake. Tomahawk. Ooh. That's just, like I said, I don't know anything about playing above the rim, but Chi-Chi Avery definitely does.
11 points, 3 rebounds, 2 helpers today for the freshman from Richmond. About a second difference, game clock, shot clock, so the Aggies will have to shoot. Cotton, the reverse layup. And he will go to the free throw line for 2. Clearly, Rashawn Cotton had a good week plus of practice because he came in quite early, Joe, and I think part of this, too, is Rashawn came in so late in October that maybe he's starting to really figure out the system, play the way Chris Giants wants him to, and he could be a valuable part of this team going forward here in league play.
Yeah, he's really starting to step into his role. He's a quick guard. He can create for other guys, and he can shoot the ball decent. Like you said, just getting into a rhythm, and these minutes are important for him as they are for anybody else.
25 seconds left. Aggies led by as many as 27 today. 2 more for Betson. Give him 22 now. This game was up in the air at halftime. It was a 4-point game. The Aggies struggled at times in half number 1, especially offensively, and then figured it out in half 2. 58% shooting in this half. 4 for 11 on threes. Shot a good number of free throws, 12 free throw tries in the half. And now they're at 44% for the field. So 29% in half 1. They're going to finish at 44% today. And they got a lot of guys in. They win their 26th in a row at home in league play. And Chris Giants' bunch will go to 12-2. Chris Giants, a handshake for Gerald Gillian, as the Aggies win the 22nd all-time meeting with the Cougars by 17 today. A much better second half. The rust was knocked off early on in half 2, and maybe not the finish that Chris Giants wanted, but certainly the start to half 2 that he was looking for.
Yeah, they looked a lot better, and Coach Jens did a great job in the second half as he's trying to figure out what's going on, but yeah, Aggies came out in the second half. It did a lot better, and that's what you got to do. Take care of home court. Great start to conference. They'll look back and see how they started the game, and we'll want to work on that. But we're trying to figure out some things for the Aggies, you know. But a great home win, great start to WAC play. A lot of guys got a lot of good minutes. They look all right.
Megan McCormick standing by with the head coach, Chris Giants.
Coach, you opened up the second half on a 17-4 run. What was your message at the half that got your guys going?
Play better. I didn't think we played that bad. I mean, we were 8 for 28 from the field, 4 for 16 from 3. I said, raise your hand if you missed a layup. About 7 hands went up. So we just had to finish a little bit better. I thought we ran decent offense. They were changing the defenses. And then that starting group got together and played better defense to start the half.
You said earlier this week your team's practice personality needs to get better. With the Seattle postponement, did you get a couple extra practices in, and how are you doing with that? Yeah,
great point. It worked to our benefit. Certainly I'd rather have played the game, but our personality this week was pretty good, and they had the right type of attitude after. You know, that's kind of depressing for the players not to be able to play the game, and, you know, the coach likes to practice, but I thought they handled it really well, and I think we got better this week.
How does it feel to play conference games in the Pan Am again?
Yeah, it feels great. It's been a long, long time, and really appreciate all the fans that came out. I didn't think there'd be this many. Kudos to them, just because of obviously what's going on out there with COVID and the weather and who we were playing, etc. But I was really pleasantly surprised by the ones that came out, and we appreciate it.
Good luck on your season. Happy New Year, Coach. Thank you so much. Adam, back to you.
Thank you, Megan. Thank you to Coach Jans. The Aggies win by 17. Their 7th straight win. 12-2 now overall. 1-0 in the league. Back after this.